Hi, how are you? Thanks for coming. Let's actually put you over here just because class is a little stacked. And so I know they've been doing they did the sculpt class before, which just looks so fun. Yeah, have you taken it? They're all so good. Yeah. Hello. Hi, how are you? Okay. Are you good with these here? Yeah. Okay. Hi, how's it going? Hi. Has it aired out? Does it feel that, no? Should I keep them on Vortex? Okay.
It's a little
Stuffy.
Yeah, and if I'm warm, then just
Everyone else is? Okay.
because I'm always freezing.
Trisha, can you do me a favor? Before we start, since you'll be close to here, do you mind just I'll keep them on Vortex, but if you can turn them down, that'd be great. Do you hear anything? Do you hear music? Or is it just the fans? Okay. You hear it? Okay. Sometimes it's a song that I play in the beginning of every class, so I can't tell if it's in my head or if it's actually real. Today's yellow. I love it. Yes. Brown is a shade of yellow. Yes. Hi, everyone. We'll start in a couple of minutes. Plenty of time. I'm still trying to air out the room, so I'll keep the fans on for a little while longer. But take your time and grab all of the props. If you need anything, I can bring it over to you later on, too. We'll use 2 blocks. There's therapy balls, a strap, and then some blankets, or a blanket. And we are waiting on 12 more. There's so much room for everyone to fit. Actually, I think everyone's good. They'll fit. We'll find room. Is that spot for a ghost in the middle? Yeah, I love it. I love the spot saves. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, Jess. Hi, how are you? Hello. Coming up front? Yay! I love it. Normally, I think there's some extra mats, yeah. And also if you don't like any of those, there's always ones downstairs too by the front desk, but those should be good. Okay. Hi. If you want to come right here, you won't be on TV. Hi.
The last thing they want to see at home.
Oh, that's not true.
I'm not on the camera, am I?
If you're here, you will be, but if you want to come up here, you'll be totally great. Yeah.
I don't really mind. It's probably not the best demonstration. So.
Really, it'll just be your tush if you go over there. So here is perfect. There's some space, I think, maybe if you don't want to come up front for any reason, we can find some room for you up there. But the secret about practicing up front is that you don't see anyone else. So that's why I always love being here. Yeah.
I'll take it. I mean,
We'll actually have you, because you see this X here? So this is the line of the camera. So we'll actually, yeah, we'll indeed put you over here. That'd be great. Thank you. If you wouldn't mind, because I think there's going to be 4 more people, we'll have you face the front this way so that some folks might come up next to you, and that's great. And I can bring you a strap and therapy balls too. Hi, Aaliyah, good to see you. Hi, Amy. Here you are. We haven't met yet, have we?
I don't think so.
Anisha.
I think there's some of the Thursday classes, but not yet. So I'm like,
Welcome, glad to have you. Kai, is Amina practicing today or she's hanging downstairs? She's doing her own thing. Yeah. All right, y'all, we'll get started. In theory, I see some room. We are waiting on technically 5 more people to come, and we'll give them time to find parking in the Three Queens area. But if possible, I see maybe in the back row and then in the second to last row, if you guys wouldn't mind scooching just an inch or 2 closer to each other so that as people filter in, they can make their way right into the spot. And then there might be one that comes in right here. So if you guys wouldn't mind moving an inch or 2, that would be great. And now after this, we don't have to move until it's time to leave. And we'll all stay on our mats and plenty to do. Thank you so much. Perfect. All right. Tuesday. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for coming. For those, actually, let's do this. How about you guys? I think the easiest is for you guys to actually pull back. And then I know that there's 2 folks that normally are coming late from work, and she usually sneaks in here, if that's okay. Yes, beautiful. Yes, perfect, perfect. Thank you. Excellent. Yay. All right. Everyone have space? We won't be traveling far off of our mats, so no limbs in anyone's space, so there's plenty of room for us all. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Some new faces to me, maybe to the studio, and just in case we haven't officially said hi, I know a lot of you, but just in case, my name is Anisha. Marcy's not here with us because she's in a kids yoga teacher training, but she'll be back next week. So just me holding down the fort. I'll be practicing and teaching from the mat so that you guys and folks at home can have a visual. But if you have any questions about anything, feel free to interrupt me, call me over. Very casual. I'm not glued to here. I, in fact, like to walk around. Okay, everything that you need, we'll use blocks, blanket, a strap, and therapy balls. And if you need any of those things, I can bring them to you later on too. But we've made it. It's very sweet, whether you knew it or not. If we've been practicing together for the past couple of weeks, you might know that we've been working our way through and up the chakras. And intentionally or unintentionally, a lot of us are wearing the color for it today. So I like looking around and seeing, because sometimes I color coordinate my outfits with the color of the chakra. And today is yellow, and there's so many yellows in the room. So thank you, whether you knew it or not. Or browns. Browns also are in the field. But we're here at number 3 this week. So a quick reminder, 2 weeks ago we began the chakra series, where each week we've been talking about a different chakra, what it is, how it relates to our yoga practice, and how it kind of translates into our daily lives as we start to travel off the mat. And the reminder again is that chakras are these wheels or spinning discs of energy, little portals through which you can experience different aspects of yourself. And the first chakra was the root chakra, the color of red, asking us the question, do I have everything that I need? Meaning, have I had enough water to drink? Have I slept enough? Have I eaten enough to nourish me for what I'm about to do next? The second chakra we did last week in the hips, the color was orange. And it was all about what our desires are. What is it that brings us sweetness? What is it that brings us pleasure and joy? And we did a big practice in and through the hips. And now we work our way up to number 3 in the solar plexus. We haven't done this one yet, right? Okay, good. Sorry, for one split second, I was like, did I teach this one already? Okay, we're in number 3. And it is the chakra of the solar plexus. So in Sanskrit, the Sanskrit name is called Manipura, and Manipura in Sanskrit translates to a lustrous gem. And I like to think of the metaphor of when you're looking at, a rhinestone, a gem, something jeweled in the light. As the light comes into it, it begins to fractal and become even larger and more luminous than it is already. This is what exists right in the solar plexus. And then for years, when I would take yoga class, yoga teachers would say, move your solar plexus from right to left. And it was just something that I never knew where that was in my body. But a way that was helpful to feel it is that if you're to feel down your sternum, like where your ribs meet, and above your belly button, at the very base of your sternum, there's always a soft, sensitive point that no matter how many crunches or core work or ab stabilizing exercises you do, it'll always be soft and receptive and tender. And in anatomy, it's called your xiphoid process, which is just a mouthful. But that, and in the back of your body, this is where that third chakra resides. Its color is that of yellow. Hi, Maya, come on in. There's space up here for you if you'd like, or anywhere you see. Its color that it's associated with is yellow like the rays of the sun. The element of this chakra is that of fire. So we did earth the first week, water the second, and we make our way up to fire. And now this is the place from which we harness our own self-identity, our self-worth, our desires, and where we're looking to move this energy towards. So I like to think about this as kind of a sequential thought process. Okay, I've figured out in the first chakra, I have everything I need. I've slept enough, I've drank enough water, I've eaten enough. Now, in the second, I'm kind of figuring out what it is that I desire. What do I want to do? What are my needs, my wants, my pleasures? And now we work our way up to number 3, and the question is, what is it that I'm going to do with this information now? I can sit on it and think about it for a little while longer, or I can start to take concrete actions and steps in order to see the future that I want to see, in order to see what my desires and my wishes and my needs are start to come into fruition. So today, the practice that we're going to move towards is a whole bunch of twists. We're going to twist on our back, on our legs, maybe on our arms if there's time. But the idea is that the lower body twists in one direction, the upper body twists in the other, so you feel this band of energy right in the center of your being to see where the source of your heat and your fire starts to become. So I have a lot more to say about it. I already said enough, but so much more. But we twist. We'll see where it takes us. I'm really happy we're here together. Thanks for coming. Drink water, modify, spectate. Tell me to turn the fans on more as we start to warm ourselves up, because we love climate control. I love climate control, and that's why I like to practice inside. But we'll see where we go today. twists, Manipura chakra, the power of transformation. Go ahead and find a comfortable seat, however that looks for you. You're more than welcome to begin lying down on the ground. You might start seated with your legs crossed or on your knees, maybe some propping underneath you, your blanket or your block. And as you arrive in your seat, let your hands rest in your lap or on your thighs. And as you close your eyes, begin to listen for your breath. When we close our eyes, it gives us a moment to see ourselves more clearly than before. To momentarily dissolve the day and afternoon that was. To let each breath help you arrive to where you are now. And each breath that comes after makes a little more room for what has yet to come. So as you take a moment to notice and simply listen for your breath, without the need to lengthen or alter or change, just see where in your breath, where in your body your breath prefers to be. You might notice the cool air as it comes in through your nose and the warmth of your exhale as you offer it out through your nose or mouth. Now, as you notice your breath, can you let it naturally begin to deepen, where each inhale moves from your nose down into your belly and up into your chest. And as you exhale, offer the breath up and out through the crown of your head, like the warmth from a candle rising above. Continue with a few more breaths just on your own. Each breath moves in, down, and wide. And each exhale pours itself up, out, and through you. We'll begin our time and our practice here with each other with 3 more rounds of that same breath. Give yourself a moment to bring your hands to center anywhere that feels for you. Somewhere on your body, perhaps where the chakra resides, below your sternum, above your belly button, or in front of your heart, in a moment of self-reverence. But wait for your next inhale as it fills you up. And exhale to offer the breath out. 2 more times, just on your own. At the bottom of your breath, pause for even a moment. Take notice of that difference that comes when you listen for and really remember your breath. Now, keeping that attention inward as best as you can, gently release your hands, let your eyes blink open, and we'll stay seated just for a moment longer to take a round of pranayama. So if your legs are crossed, you might switch which shin or ankle is on top. But for Kapalabhati, this breath of fire, you're more than welcome to keep your own pace. We'll do this twice throughout class. Or, following the cadence of your breath, let your hands rest onto your thighs, sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in through the nose, and exhale completely through the nose or parted lips. Now on your inhale, keep the lips closed as you breathe in, and begin these exhales through just your nose. Continue on your own, following your pace. Can you think about your belly moving towards the spine to create the exhalation? Let the spine stay growing taller. Let the shoulders soften, as we'll be here for 30 more seconds, staying at this rate, slowing down, or going faster. But this breath of fire, it's here to create that internal heat within yourself, with the power of your solar plexus, your abdomen, and your torso. Continue for 10. Let the spine grow tall for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the lips closed as you inhale all the way in, sniff in more at the top, and exhale through the nose as the crown of your head grows taller to the sky. Take one more on your own. Breathe into your belly, your lungs, and up into your chest. And even open your mouth to let that breath go. Blink those eyes open if they're not already. Come forward to tabletop onto your hands and your knees. And we'll begin to link breath with our movement through some rounds of cat and cow. So have your blocks framing out the front corners of your mat. You might use them as we start to move about. With your hands as wide as your mat, spread your fingers, knees under your hips, and curl those toes under to feel the arches of your feet. And now begin to round and arch your spine, moving at your pace through a few rounds of cat and cow. Let's go for 3 cycles of breath with the third chakra. Feel free to stay more in the rounded or arched shape for a few extra breaths. You might move more forward and back, your hips towards your heels or shoulders forward of the wrists. But take this time to see what it feels like to move, not just your body, but how your breath can really influence your movement. And now as you make your way back to table, come to your neutral spine. Watch for your props or friends behind you. As we find a calf stretch, reach the right leg back, curl the toes under, and reach through your heel to see what you're working with in the back of the right leg. Think heel back as you slide the crown of your head forward towards the front of the room. A big breath in. And as you exhale, switch sides. Bend your right knee, reach back through your left, and notice what you feel on side 2. As the heel goes back, my head and shoulders always love to drop. Even if your eyes are closed, can you slide your ears back in space so all 4 sides of your neck can grow longer? And then come back to table, find that neutral spine. Walk your hands a handprint forward of your shoulders. Keep them nice and wide. Walk your knees back behind your hips. And as you curl your toes under, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back to the wall behind you. In your down dog, bring your feet an inch or 2 wider than they already are to take up a little extra room between the legs. Lift your heels and soften your knees so the backs of your legs can release. Now with your knees soft, lift your butt up and back towards the wall behind you. Keep the right knee bent and pedal your left heel to the floor to straighten the leg and see what you're working with in the back of the thigh. And now bend your left knee, stick your butt to the ceiling, pedal the right heel to the ground, and notice what you notice. A deeper breath in and a longer breath out as you lift both heels, soften your knees, look forward. And 1 foot at a time, walk your feet up towards your palms to walk it into your forward fold. The blocks are right there. If you'd like to bring your hands to blocks out in front of your feet so the floor meets you where you are. You might widen your feet or soften your knees to give your low back a little extra room. But let your head be heavy for a moment as you bow in towards yourself. A longer breath in and a steadier breath out through every fiber of your being. Now climb your hands up onto your hips, stand down through your legs, and on your inhale, come all the way up to rise as you release your hands by your sides. With your feet right underneath those hips, take an inhale to sweep your arms forward and up. As you exhale, soften your knees to fold over your legs. On your inhale, come up halfway to lengthen, hands to your blocks or shins as you reach your chest forward. And exhale to fold, bowing in towards yourself. Plant your palms to the top of your mat, step your feet to the back of your mat to take it back to down dog. Wait for your inhale to come forward to plank pose. And as you exhale, lower Chaturanga Dandasana. With your hands as wide as your mat, inhale to rise for cobra or baby cobra. Let the legs be heavy as you lift up through the chest. And on your exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Table or puppy pose for 3 steady breaths. All of these elemental qualities of the chakras, the earth of the first chakra, the water of the second, and the fire of the third, they all exist here within ourselves. So as you take notice to feel the subtlety of your breath, can you breathe in through your nose and feel the cool air as it comes in? And as you exhale through your nose or mouth, feel the warmth that you generate from the inside out. That heat lives deep within you. When you find your next exhale, lift the heels. Tiny bend in your knees, look forward. And 1 foot at a time, bring your feet towards your palms to come into your forward fold. On an inhale, lengthen halfway. Think heart and solar plexus forward. Exhale to fold, bowing in towards yourself. Use your fists and measure your feet 2 fists width apart, so hip distance. Keep your toes pointing ahead, and as you bend your knees, climb your palms up onto your thighs for this round of chair. Now the option, you can stay with the cadence of your breath, or for one more round of that breath of fire, take a full breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose as you sit 1 inch lower to the ground. And now inhale halfway as you begin the exhales. Think belly button back towards your spine, solar plexus back towards your spine. We're churning that heat, building the fire from within. We'll be here for 15 more seconds. Let your hips get heavy. Gently press into your thighs to lift up through the heart. Stay at this rate, slower or faster, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay seated as you take a breath in through the nose. Stay seated as you exhale through your nose. And then keeping your eyes open, inhale to come all the way up to rise. Reach up to touch the sky. And on your exhale, soften the knees to fold over your legs. Keep your right foot forward. Step your left foot all the way back to catch your lunge. And now bring your hands high up onto fingertips. I like to come onto blocks on either side of the right foot. Wiggle your left foot back 1 inch longer to the back of your mat. And now in your lunge, take a breath in to lift your